Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi, and welcome to Freedom Friday, I call it, as well as welcome to day 19 of 21 business days of skilling you softly. As I continue today to take a deeper dive into a soft skill. So, the last past 18 business days, I've briefly discussed a soft skill and the importance of soft skills for not only your professional development, but for your uh, personal development and your professional growth as well. So, I am Sarita Price, and I am the coach who is skilling you softly to live and lead with confidence and boldness in the marketplace in every area of your life, personal as well as professional. As we continue on this journey, this is day 19. We only actually have two more business days. This has been phenomenal. It's been great. And I am happy to continue to share information. Let's just say this. This may be the first time that I've actually did a project of this nature of this extent, but it's the first, but it won't be the last. I'll share, as always, at the end of my presentation, I'll share more information about what's going on with me and my business, what's coming up as well. So I'll share that with you, but always a joy to be here. Okay, so what soft skill are we actually talking about today? Today's soft skill, oh, let me go back. I forgot this. Okay. For those who are joining me for the first time, you want to know what are soft skills. I do this every time. They actually are those desirable qualities or those transferable skills that don't really depend on acquired knowledge. No matter what profession you're in, these are skills that you can actually should have as far as leadership. And remember, I told you in the very beginning that everybody in some form or in some capacity is a leader. If you don't do anything, but you're responsible for yourself, which is also a soft skill. So, in essence, soft skills are people skills. So, today, our soft skill, what we're going to briefly discuss, and I'll try to be brief on this, is stress management, is the soft skill that we're going to discuss today. And I kind of, like I said, all of these are important as far as soft skill, but I do believe this particular soft skill today will help you in every way, especially the times that we're in. If been keeping up with the news, we on the verge of war. We pray that that doesn't happen, but it looks like so that's a stressful situation. And then we're in the middle of a pandemic, so that's a lot to deal with. So what I'm going to be doing today is giving you some tips on how to deal with stress, how to manage your stress. But let's first define what is stress management. Stress management is the strategies or the methods that reduce stress. So, and it reduces stress and the negative impacts of stress it actually has on one's mental or physical well-being. It helps you with, dealing with your mental health, helps you deal with your physical health because if you don't know, you should know now. This is a topic for the last 2 years. We have been in one of the most stressful situations that some of us have ever seen in our entire life. I know my years of being here, I've never experienced this. Some people, there may be some older people who are older that are still here, maybe remember some of the things happened back in the late 20s or early 30s. But this is something that this world has never really experienced it. And it's stressful. It's plays on your mental your mental psych, your mental capacity as well as your physical. But if anyone knows, and I'm a witness to this, when I become stressed, it affects your blood pressure. It starts affecting many areas of your physical being, your body. It'll cause you to have mental as well as physical illness. So, managing your stress, from personal experience, as I, share with you on some of these other, as we talked about conflict management, we talked about, I think I've been touched on a little bit yesterday about teamwork, positive attitude, and especially emotional intelligence. That was one of those as well, to be aware of one's emotions. So, stress management is key to keeping you at your best, to stay healthy. And I wrote this quote that I have here on this screen. And this is one of the principles I live by. I'm telling you, I've had my story is phenomenal. It's life changing, and I've shared it on some of my other platforms. But I have learned in my life that I learned how to protect my peace. So when needed, my peace can protect me. And let me explain that to you. Just like we talked about, I just spoke about how stress can affect you physically. When I'm protecting my peace, I have a peace of mind. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have things start happening. And it protects me, right? So that's the reason that quote, I always quote this. I protect my peace so when needed, my peace can protect me. So those are the definitions of stress management. But the most important thing that I want to give you on today is, what are some of the methods that you can use to manage your stress? Some of these may look familiar because when I went over a positive attitude, some of these came up and I use, and that's okay. Like I stated once again, this just show you how all of these soft skills interact, are joined together, and they work together to help you be a better professionally as well as personally. That was the main purpose of me having these 21 business days of schooling you softly. Okay. So the first method, meditation. I talked about that as well. Meditation, whether it's, me personally, from my standpoint, I think on a positive attitude, every morning, that is my routine. The first thing I do, besides drink a glass of water, I always told you that I drink a glass of water within the first 30 minutes, when I get up, right? To help my body get to going, my organs, to wake them up. Then I start my reading, my Bible. I start meditating. I have these other books that I read that have positive confessions, positive affirmations, and that's what I do. Now, if you are whatever faith system or faith belief system that you believe in, and I stated on, when I talked about positive attitude, I know my audience have actually my audience are of different faiths, and I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna get to that as we get to a little bit. No, well, you know what? I can talk about that now since it's on here. So this graphic that I have on here, stress management. Um, you know, one of the practices, and yoga is one. And I have some people get all bent out of shape because there's two things to yoga. Yoga is a practice, as far as it can be a practice that the Buddhists use as far as help you with stress, but also too, not necessarily. Yoga is just an exercise, right? It's mental as well as physical. So do what you want to do, whatever. But many of those, I remember when I had to take physical therapy, for my back, which I just finished not too long ago. One of the things, the stretches, and some of them were actually yoga, different routines that they told me that would help me with my back. Now, that has nothing to do with my faith, okay? Because I'm a Jesus girl all day long. But yoga, the techniques and practices help me mentally as well as physically to recuperate when I am, with my recovery of my back. So there's nothing wrong with that. And part of this next point, one of the practices in yoga, practice deep breathing. That works. I promise you, especially if you get upset about something and you can't, and that's not necessarily even part of yoga. Deep breathing is just deep breathing. Okay. So, you breathe into your nose and you gently release through your mouth. Breathe through your nose and don't do it in a rush, and breathe through your mouth. Do that 2 or 3 times. That calms you down. It relieves the stress. And it's just a matter, you can do that within, 10 to 15. So depend on how deep you breathe and how at the pace that you go. It easily calms you down and it relieves stress. So there's nothing wrong with that. Need to practice deep breathing, because if you ever notice, just look on TV. You see these TV shows. The first thing people get all, you hyperventilate, you get all excited, you start having anxiety attacks, what have you. Deep breathing brings you in and it calms you down. Okay. Next point, maintain physical I can't talk. Maintain physical exercise and good nutrition. I've been on this pretty much all my life, but really when the pandemic came into play and the first in 2020, that June, end of June, July, I actually contracted COVID. I wasn't sick for a long period of time. It didn't do me as bad as it did other people, but it kind of was a reality check. So I started looking again at what I was eating, physical exercise. And at that time, we were in a pandemic. My back was giving me fits. I couldn't go to my chiropractor. I should probably had gone a year before, but I kept putting it off. Bad thing to do. And so I couldn't really walk and exercise like I wanted to because my back would hurt so bad. So once I made a decision, I finally found a chiropractor last year in 2021, getting me back. I'm probably about 85 to 90% better recovered, which is awesome. So I make it a point to get up and walk 2 or 3 times a week. I was at the point before then, I could walk 3 or 4 miles a day. And when my back was, half that, I would do good to walk a fourth of a mile. But now I'm back where I can walk that, go back and exercise and start walking. And it helps relieve stress. And you can tell I feel better. Then I mentioned about, one of the things on here is music. I love music. Music is medicine for the soul. I don't care whatever music you love. I love all types of music. But I told you, once on, every hour I get up because I work in my office, I'm sitting, which is not a good thing, but I try to get up every hour, get up and move, go do something for 5 or 10 minutes. So sometimes I just take a dance break. I love music. I love dancing. Okay. That's just my thing. But music as well, it does something for your mental health. It puts you in a better mood and in a better place to help you with your stress. Okay. And then time management. That actually, I talked about that as a matter of fact on yesterday. No, Wednesday. I'm sorry. I talked about time management Wednesday. Make sure you manage your time so you won't become stressed. Because if you keep procrastination is one of your worst enemies. You have to make sure you manage your time. Don't procrastinate. And, it will relieve stress. I'm going to give you an example of that. These 21 business days of Skilling You Softly, what I do so I won't be so stressed out the day of. I prepare my information as soon as I end this. Well, this is the weekend. I won't do it today, but as soon as I end these, I go ahead and prepare for the one for tomorrow, which I already have the content, but I set up everything so I won't be stressed. So when 11:30, 12 o'clock, the next day come and I'm supposed to go live, everything's already laid out. So that helps me, don't procrastinate. And then spa. It's okay to go to a spa to get a massage. As a matter of fact, as part of my recovery for my back, excuse me, one of the things that my chiropractor referred me to do is I get a massage every 2 weeks. I did not realize the physical as well as the mental benefits of getting a massage. It helps lower blood pressure. It helps with a lot of things as far as your, stress level. So if you can't go every 2 weeks, go once a month, get you a massage, get your 30-minute massage or a full body massage. That helps you with your stress. That is nothing wrong with that. We talked about exercising. Hobbies. What hobbies do you have? Hobbies help you with your stress. So what some of my hobbies is, really truly some of my hobbies, they're hobbies, but I also get paid to do them. My hobby is creating graphic designs. That's my happy place. Then I love to read. I love to go do different things, go to different places, museums. I'm a nature person too, which that's actually on here. I love, especially when it's outside and it's pretty, I love to go out when I walk. And then sometime after I finish walking, I will just go sit in the park and watch the water and breathe in the fresh air and look at the tree. I mean, it's just so relaxing to me. Okay. So that's one of the things I do as well. And whatever maybe what you do is not on here, but you need to find that's a way to manage your stress. Because I don't know about you, but I plan on living as long as God have me here, and I'm going to take care of my mental health as well as my physical health, because we got a lot going on. And I mean, I could spend time on that, but we know what's going on. But you have self-care. It's okay to take care of yourself. That's not being selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Okay, next point. Manage your social media time. Listen, I'm on social media a lot because, like I said, some of the things I do for my business, I post a lot and I design graphics. I have clients. So one of the things I do, I design graphics for them. So sometimes I'm on there and I'm trying to see their flow and what have you. But there are times, especially on the weekends, I disconnect from social media. After a certain time, I disconnect from social media because social media will have you stressed out. It'll have you anxious. And to be honest, social media can become an addiction. You always on your phone, pulling up something, pulling up Facebook or Twitter, or now don't get me wrong, I know certain things. This is the way, we are, this is the world that we're living in now. And social media, as far as, like I said the other day, I'm streaming live right now to social media platforms. That's how you're seeing me. But you have to manage that time, because if not, it would even affect your sleep pattern. Being transparent, I had to shut my phone off or stop looking at certain things about 2 or 3 hours before I went to bed, because it is a study that's shown, looking at that, it affects your sleep pattern, looking at those screens and the smartphones. So it's okay to disconnect. The next one I'm talking about is for stress management, is connecting with other people. Now that has been a challenge, especially if you're the type that you have some people, they don't do well unless they're around other people. That's just how they make up. Now, me personally, I love being around people, but I'm the kind, I can be a loner as well sometimes, but having that physical touch, connecting with people, being able to interact with people relieves stress management as well. That's why when the vaccine, everybody was so excited. I think we got a little bit too excited. That's when all these variants start coming out. But it just shows, it helps relieve stress being around other people, especially your loved one and your family. And in some cases, some people in a work environment, they don't do well working remote or from home. They prefer to be in the office because it's something about having that being connected to others. And then the last one, and I talked about this on positive attitude. Avoid negative people to maintain a positive attitude. Stay away from negative people. Now, I know it may be hard, especially if you work with them. And I'll be honest, especially if you may live in the house with them. But, that's another situation with that self. So you got to make some decisions. But nevertheless, if you are working with negative people and, you can't just not be around them. But I know you can avoid them if it's not dealing with something, a project or work, you can avoid them as much as you can. But I'm just saying in general, um, avoid negative people and to maintain a positive attitude as much as possible. Okay. So I hope these tips help you. We've actually gone on like 22 minutes. I don't realize I've been going that long, but this is some good information. And I truly hope it helps you in every area of your life to help you to be a better person professionally as well as personal. Okay, all things Sarita, keep in touch with me. Linktree from Sarita's Pen. Email me from Sarita's Pen. I'm sorry, FSP Enterprises 10 at gmail.com. As well as make sure you share this with everyone. And I encourage you to go back and look at the other days. And I always say this, if you are looking for a coach or someone to come in to help you, and you got issues with your team, I will be happy to come in and consult. And I do a very extensive, I guess you said, analysis with when I come in. So shoot me an email or get in contact with me on my link tree. I actually have a contact list where you can actually a calendar. You can schedule an appointment with me. That is actually on my link tree as well. And just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help because I'm more than qualified. I have over 15 to 20 years of experience doing this as far as life coaching and working in the corporate America. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the cultures. I work for quite a few companies as well. So if you want to see my entire profile of the companies and the industries, go to my LinkedIn page. I have a LinkedIn page. I have a business page as well as a personal page. Connect with me on there because my whole entire profile and portfolio is actually on LinkedIn. Okay. I want to share this with you as well. Let me put this up here. So tonight, let me take this off so you can see the whole entire thing here. Okay. I have a segment that I do every fourth Friday, which is the last Friday in the month, called Freedom Friday. And tonight is the February edition of Freedom Friday. I want to invite you to join me. I'm actually doing a Black History edition. Being Black in America, a perspective from Sarita's Pen. If you didn't know, FSP Enterprise, that stands for from Sarita's Pen. So I'm on live tonight. I actually stream live from Facebook, my business page, as well as my personal page and YouTube. So join me tonight at 6:30 because I call it Freedom Friday, Conversation with Candor. And I get really real and talk about some things that will help you. And I have an audience that is of all races, nationalities. So I want you to join me tonight for this conversation. some things I'm going to share that, my history as an African American woman, and then some of my things that, if you don't know, my parents was much older than I was. So I have that's why I can do very great at telling stories. So please join me tonight for that, for Freedom Friday on these particular social media platforms. Okay. All right. So thank you for coming today. And I want to for you to join me again on Monday as we go in day 20 of 21 business days of Skilling You Softly. And hopefully you would join me tonight, because I am always striving to make a difference and be my ancestors' dream. You have a good day, remainder of the day. Hopefully, I will see you tonight on my Freedom Friday stream live. And I will talk to you. I'll see you later. Bye bye.